For this session, what we're going to look at is naming a range of cells. And naming a range of cells can be useful in terms of making cell data entry more efficient. It can also be useful to reduce errors that occur when entering ranges for cells. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to name a series of cells and then use that name in a formula or a function in order to achieve a set purpose. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight a cell. Now this cell here is B11, and as you can see here the name box is B11, so if I want to refer to that cell I can refer to it as B11. If I highlight 4 cells, it'll say, well, at the moment the name for that range, that entire range, is B11, but I can actually change that and I can say I want to call that event cost by entering the information into this little box up at the top left hand corner called the name box and then pushing enter. Once I push enter there, you can see that event cost comes in and I can actually use that information in a formula. Instead of saying sum B11 to B14, I can actually say sum event cost. And just need to add in the event cost and type it in and double click and click enter. And you can see there that 27,118.25, which was the information that we had previously, is the total for these four different areas. And I can remain, like I can click in 100 adults and this will remain dynamic and it'll actually remain correct as long as this area remains known as event cost. So it's a very useful little tool that we've got there in order to name ranges. It'll stop the potential for entering in the wrong formulas. If you don't actually drag on a formula and you actually type it in, it'll stop those errors that you've got for typos. And it's a little bit easier to type in a name such as event cost. So it does help with efficiency as well. So naming ranges, it's a useful tool which you can do within Excel, and I think it's well worthwhile to practice and to insert them as part of your calculations.